Hello guys, welcome back to LetCode once again. So far we have learned like how to get the data and use the data to generate the HTML file, right? So let's see how our result look like. Yeah, this one is our latest one. So here we have all the to-dos, I mean all the spec name, and if you go inside that we have the browser, that is project name, and then we have the test name. So once we click on the test name, we want to display the test result. That is how we have done with the ortoni report, right? So if you go and see here, we have this chromium, and then if I click on this, we can see this one, right? So if you see, the design is very different because this is all custom css, but we can make few changes to make it look more presentation. Let's do that now. Okay, and yeah, all these are like your basic HTML stuff. So if you are good with HTML and CSS, probably can do wonders. I'm not that great, that's why I do use CSS framework. Okay, now let's go and do some changes here. So this one is, say, content. I'm going to add a class name called media. Similarly here also I'm going to add this content media, and then followed by content media. So what does media will do in the sense, like, it will remove all the bullet points, so it will look more appropriate. And here also I'm going to add the, so wherever we have the content class, we'll add the media class. Okay, um yeah, I think that's it, pretty much good. I'll say here also I'll add a media. That's it, I guess. Let's go and run this one more time. Let me refresh and check. I want this guy to be here on this particular side, not this side. So what we can do is we can just align that. So let's see how we can align that, right? So this is my section, right? So this section has all the author name, project name, test type, and the project name should go on top of the file, like top position, not here. But I think for now, just for learning, I think this is good. Okay, so what I will do, I'll just simply uh, cut this section and I will bring it within the summary. Okay, so here we have this column, right? Yeah, this column, within the column I will just have it here. So within the columns we have one column, four columns at the side. So I'll just add columns. Let's paste over here. I think that should work fine. Let's see. They're just some small tweaks. We can do whatever we want. Here I have an empty section. Why? Okay, I think this should look good. Let's go and run quickly a test. So let's not run everything. Let's just run only one test, one describe block, probably this to do block. It's running the headless mode, so that's why you are not seeing any browser. But of course, yeah. So here you can see, like, generated with the file name ortoni report.html. Let's go and open up it again. So here you can see, like, yeah, we got it, but the style is not that great, of course, because it is enclosed within the column, I guess. So we can change that, so that should not be an issue. We can change that, but should we focus on that right now? I don't think so. Yeah, because this is column, right? So we'll just move it. Yeah, and now let's go and run this one last time, then we'll learn our actual topic today. So what we are going to do, we are going to do, like, once we click on this particular guy, and this look ugly, actually very ugly. So okay, so previously you can say, like, we have this dot, right? So list will always have the dot. So now we are able to remove that, but still the UI is not that great. Of course it's not great, so we have to rework on this. We have to do some css changes. We'll do that probably. So now new report is generated. Let go and refresh this one. So here you can select, we got this into center. Of course you can, again, you can do, if you remove the container, it will just have, like, from this to this, so this extra gap won't be an issue. So if I go and remove this container class, it should work fine. Okay, so I can delete the div actually, so that div is not required. Yeah, it will work for sure, so I am aware of this, so let's not worry about this now. Let's go and see. Once we click on this particular guy, and before that we have to fix this doesn't look good at all. So let's go and do some changes. I don't know why I have to do the changes. I think the UL should not have this. Let's go and inspect here. No. Oh, that's, yeah, the CL should not have this media. So now it's look good compared to the previous one, right? But this guy should come in a row, not columns, correct? So how do we handle that? If I remove the media from UL, yeah, that should fine. Okay, so we should have the media for LI, but not for the UI. So that is the learning here. So here, if you have this, it should work fine, right? Now let's go and do that. So we'll do the quick changes here. So all the UL should not have the media. So let's remove this. And here also we have UL. Let's remove this. And this UL should not have media. Okay. So that's it. And I like to get this in a box. Like it's very looks very plain, right? So if I go and add this detail within a box, let's see how it looks. So class equal to box, and now you can see we have a great UI compared to previously, right? So that's the beauty of CSS. So let's go and do that. So I'm going to add a class called box. Okay, so yeah, that's it. We are pretty much done now. What are the things we need to do? Well, let's focus on today's learning. So the UI should be look good now, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, so first of all, when I click on the any test, that should bring me the relevant result in the right hand side, right? So to bring that in the right hand side, of course, already we know that we have this summary block where we have all the test, we have all the chart, and we have all the user information, right? So we have to make it disable. How to do it is very simple with the help of CSS. So if you go to the Bulma documentation, there's a class called hidden, I guess, is hidden. So if you go to the visibility and not visibility, yeah, it's hidden is basically, so these are like your, yeah, hide elements is hidden in the sense like it will hide, and there is also is invisible, add visibility hidden. Not sure, let's not worry, we'll just go with the class name called is hidden. Okay, so yeah, this is the summary, right? So this is the summary guy. What we want to do is we want to um make this column entirely as hidden. Yeah, that's correct. So this guy is also on inside this, or yeah, it's also inside this column, right? So just add a ID to it. Let's give it a ID called summary, and we have to make it hidden when we are going to click on the particular this guy, particular test guy. But we have to make sure how we will know like whether which one is clicked and how to display that relevant details, right? So what we are going to do, we are going to add some custom attributes to the particular list items. So for example, let's go to our um, this one, this is the actual detail we show. So this is the last li, right? So this li will contain test title, right? So we're going to add an attribute here. Let's say that to add attribute, we have this uh, HTML elements like data, I guess. Yeah, data, then followed by test, then followed by result. Yeah, so we are going to use the index, but let's see, we cannot directly use it. So we'll write a function and we'll do that. Let's get started again. So first of all, we need some relevant data. For example, this is going to be my test result, but let's make it like ID, and where I will pass my actual ID, that is index. So what is this index? Index is basically, if you go to your ortoni report class file, here we are getting the index, right? So we are storing the file path, test suite, project name, and also result. So we are going to give a index. Index is going to be like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So based on number of executions, it's going to be always unique. If you want, if you don't trust syntax, probably you can also add like UUID, that will be always unique. But I think this index will work. If you have n number of tests with lot of parallelization, then that might be a problem. It's going to be an issue, but I haven't faced it because of course I have limited test data. But yeah, we can improve this with UUID maybe in later on stages. For now, I think this is fine. Okay, so we have, we will embed the test ID in the list. What does it mean? In the sense, like if you go here, this guys, right? So this is one test, this is one test, all are individual test. So once we click on that, we want to show the detail. How we are going to fetch the detail? In the sense, like in this we are going to embed the ID. So for example, if you go and inspect now, this guy doesn't have any data, right? So it has only li class name, then followed by the title. So we are going to embed some metadata like the test ID. We have to add more data, but we'll learn those maybe in later stage. So if you go and see the ortoni report, right? So I can show you now itself. So I have added a lot of meta informations because I want to fetch a lot of information. So for example, here we have the pass icon, we have the fail icon, we have the retry as well as fail, right? So how can I bring this in the sense, like with the help of meta informations that we are going to pass? So for example, if you go to the HBS file, so this is actually a huge file. So yeah, here you can see like we have this, like I have some conditional statement. So if it's going to be skip, I'm going to hide that. And we have the data's test suite name because we are doing some uh, filter, right? So we are going to apply some filter. So all those filter will work based on the meta information that we are going to pass here. So if you see this code, this has like lot of things. So as of now, we are just using the data test study of index, but eventually we have to add all this. Okay, that will be out of scope for this playlist, but I just want to bring you how to get the test detail today. Okay, so once we click on that, we should show this. Yes, I'm repeating a lot because I want to make sure that you're understanding it clear, because most of the testers don't practice the HTML or CSS that much, and also the event listeners in JavaScript. Okay, yeah, I think this is pretty fine. So let's go and do. I think with this informations we can do a lot of wonders. Okay, now we are going to introduce a script tag, and I like to have the script tag within the after the body tag probably. So we'll just add a script tag here. Inline script, we can also use the external script, but inline script for doing the repetitive work will be much easier. Okay, so first of all, we'll add a document dot add event listener, and once the DOM content is loaded, we like to do something, right? So of course I can use the arrow function here, or else the typical arrow syntax should also work. Okay, now here what we are going to do is we are going to first fetch the details like on click, right? So to do the on click, I'm going to add one more attribute. So let's name it like data dash test dash test dash, then followed by uh let's name it like test result. I think that should work fine. And this is going to be my uh test dash result again. Okay, this title actually, so we'll just add like test dot title. Okay, and let me change here also. Let's make it consistency, right? So once we click on this guy, we want to show that information, right? So what we'll do, we'll just say again, and in first of all we have to find the list of this thing, right? So we'll say like const, then followed by all test or test, then followed by document dot query selector all, and this is my query selector, right? So data test ID, where this is going to be my single quotes here, and this should come within the square bracket. Doesn't work. Okay, we are not able to do change directly. We'll cut it, we'll add the square bracket, and so this is basically my CSS. So if your automation, of course, this is my CSS, right? So we'll find all the list. So for example, here it will add this one, so we'll find all the list. Now this is the list of test I have, right? So what we'll do, we'll just add a event listener to this. So whenever say like all test dot add event listener again, and I'm going to look for the click event. Once I click on that, I want to do some actions, right? So what we'll do, we'll just uh, disable this guy. So this is what, this is basically my summary, right? So I'll just simply say like const summary panel, and then I'll say like document dot query selector, and this is my ID, so let's name it like hash, then followed by summary, and we'll just disable it. So what we have to do, we have to add the class, right? So we'll just simply say like summary panel dot add class list, I guess. Class list, is it class list? Just quickly have a glance, I forgot. So this one should be like class list lock toggle remove add. Yeah, it should be class list dot add, actually class list, and then followed by dot add, and then followed by not. Yeah, so already we learned from the Bulma, it should be like is dash hidden, so just use it. Okay, let's see whether we are able to achieve at least this. And one more thing, so once we hidden that, we have to show the another result, right? So let's add that one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a class called um, this summary here. So let's add this one. Yeah, div dot column, and let's id like just dash details. I'm going to show the details over here, right? So let's have this query. So first of all, we like to make it like none. So we don't want to show this, right? So we don't want to show this now. For example, let's say that we are going to have a paragraph with class called title as hello. Okay, so we'll show whatever the test we are going to. So first time it will be disabled because we want to show the summary. Then we want to, once we click on the list, we want to make it like uh, visible, right? So how we'll do that is very simple. So once we click on this all test, we want to hide the summary and we want to display it, right? So what we'll do, we just simply use this test details. So let's const test. This is my test detail panel, and then I can select document.query selector, again the hash, then followed by this test detail, and I can actually make it visible, right? So test detail dot style equal to display equal to block. Okay, so this should work fine. Okay, let's format the document. Let's go and run this now. So again, we'll run the same test. So on clicking on the list of test item, we want to see the hello text. Let's see whether it's work or not. Okay, so test is complete. So let's go to our ortoni report. Let's refresh. So now we can see we are able to see the summary. So if I go back to my test and if I click, nothing works. So let's go and inspect. We have an issue. Yes, we have an issue. Syntax error. Oh, this guy didn't work. Okay, the arrow function didn't work. It didn't work. It should work actually. Okay, let's not waste time. We'll just add a function, and function should work fine. You can just select the text or word or character, whatever, and then you can use Control D so that you will select those matching elements simultaneously, and you can do the changes. Okay, now let's go and refresh this. All test dot event listener is not a function. Okay, we can add event listener to a single item, not the list of items. So this is basically my list of item, right? So how to solve it is very simple, but I would rather prefer to refer the ortoni report. Yeah, so here you can select we are getting the test data test ID, and we have to use the item for each. Then we have to add the event listener for this particular thing. Okay, so it's going to be, yeah, let's do it. Okay, so this is my all test will have like for each. So all test will have for now we are getting suggestions. Previously we are not getting because we are using the arrow syntax. Okay, so here I will get one item at a time, not this one, and then followed by, again I will use the function. But here I'm using arrow syntax, it works here, but there it didn't work because, oh, I missed this guy. So yeah, that's the issue. Okay, anyways, not a problem, we'll just use the function for now. Okay, and this guy should, okay, so from here we'll get one item at a time, and this item I think, okay, let's change this to arrow syntax are really post. Okay, and so this is going to give me one item at a time, and then followed by we can say like this thing. So whenever we add the event listener, now this is going to be my item. Okay, so item dot event listener, right click format. Yeah, it's format. Okay, I hope it should work fine. Let's go and run this one more time, or else of course we can take reference anytime. Let's go and refresh. So no error so far. Let's open this, open this, and once I click on this, yeah, we are getting hello. Once I click on this, yeah, it, since the text is same, we are seeing, not seeing any difference yet. So we are able to get the test data, right? Let's see the time. It's around 30 minutes, and I have done some mistakes, so probably it will like 10-15 minutes recording. So yeah, I think we have done pretty good things now. So it's in the next video we'll see how to bring the actual test details in this section. Okay, so that's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one very soon. Bye bye, take care.